Boston Manor, if you can see it. Welcome to the neighborhood. Alright. Well, here's the thing. This is their second album. They're apparently a UK band. And this album they have co-produced with a guy named Mike Sapone, who's actually worked with the likes of bands such as Taking Back Sunday and Brand New. Whether or not that name is now considered taboo is not in my eyes, at least. I mean, despite I think the name Jesse Lacey can be taboo, but not Brand New. And I think that's what needs to be established. And anyway, with that, but anyway, as far as this band's concerned, well, here's the thing. Don't always judge it by the back of the cover so much. More so the Cro-Mags t-shirt. So I was expecting a little more. Cro-Mags, if I'm not mistaken, is a band that's more, I wasn't expecting necessarily metal, but I sure as hell wasn't expecting something a little more on the hip-hop R&B side, which apparently is something they didn't do on their last record, which is called Be Nothing. Have not checked that out. Might have to. What I'm hearing here just kind of makes me think not so much of these, and that's part of the reason why I'm sort of kind of about it, because I guess Mike Sapone's production, from having given his work with Taking Back Sunday and Brand New, does show here, for sure. It's just the other things, like the more hip-hop R&B-ish stuff, just kind of, and even more electronic stuff. Well, maybe not even, maybe that stuff does show a little Brand New, maybe, but I wouldn't say that's anything like those bands at all, necessarily. This is definitely a little more on the poppier side. In fact, this feels like if Fall Out Boy's time back during, like, the Fully Ado and like Infinity on High era stuff was produced by the guy who did Brand New's, was produced by this guy who had done Brand New stuff, because that's kind of what it is, if I'm being honest. And it's hearing that Halo and Bad Machine were the singles of this record. More so Halo, I definitely get it in that regard, for choices of singles in this damn thing. I mean, wow. No, yeah. And they're mostly in the UK, and particularly Blackpool area of UK, which is sort of, I guess, their ghetto. I'm not sure if it's the same Blackpool that, I could be getting that mixed with a certain particular place in the UK that is responsible for giving us Black Sabbath, because if this is the same place, then what happened? Compared to that, it was like, what? I mean, it does come off a little on the industrial side, I guess, and it's kind of also some fictional story-ish stuff that's kind of involving with characters. I mean, England's Dreamin's kind of that rather than a personal thing, but some things do come off on that personal thing. I mean, some tracks do kind of in the back half do lose itself a little bit, just a little bit. They're fine. They're not exactly filler, but they work. I mean, I don't mind the opening, but it wasn't exact. I mean, it serves more of a purpose as being an intro to the record than being an actual song to me. I will say Flowers in Your Dustbin was definitely something interesting, but it was more Halo and England's Dreamin' that was like, okay. Funeral Party's fine. Digital Ghost. I mean, there's something to the hooks that aren't really hooking at me. Like, I tell it's wanting to get me, but it's not working. I mean, because, and I've kind of heard of Boston Manor. I did hear about Be Nothing, but nothing about them ever really made me want to go check them out or anything. And then, plus, since I've my one video that about these albums and stuff, I need you guys. I'm still in need of more albums, guys, because I almost was hoping this thing, whatever it was going to be, was going to do it, and no, unfortunately, it has not. Despite, you know, having a producer like Mike Sapone here. And yeah, they are a good band, and it seems they aren't getting a lot of traction. And I do feel like there is an audience for this band out there. It's just not hitting in the way that it seems like it should, in all honesty. And I do feel like they should get some form of love, I guess. And it seems like they of the newer bands out there are giving more of a shit. If anything, I feel like this album, if it serves anything, it's for anyone who is mad at the last Fall Out Boy record, mad at the last 30 Seconds to Mars record, and just all this mad with not getting anything out of maybe the new 21 Pilots or even whatever it's been happening with Imagine Dragons at this point. Just whatever with them. This is actually definitely better in that regard. I don't know if I would call them pop punk or anything. I mean, there is some post-hardcore-ish moments in terms of screams here and there, but it doesn't hit me in the way I would like. There are some Boston Manor fans who might like this more, definitely gonna probably like this more than me, and don't at me, but don't at me, guys. At least not in a negative way, I guess. But I enjoy it. And I've tried to want to go all out for it, but it's not asking me to be all out. Overall, I mean, aside from Bad Machine ain't bad either, I guess. Stick Up's kind of whatever. I will say that the last track is definitely not a terrible choice to end this album off of, to kind of make you want to try to go back or give it more of a chance. And that is, of course, The Day That I Ruined Your Life. Overall, I just don't know what's up with me or what, because I'm just not feeling this record, guys. Hell, even some of the albums that I am feeling it for, I'm not feeling getting that certain something out of it, like I've said in my one video. And it's a shame that this album just couldn't do exactly that, because it just kind of gave me these things I wasn't really asking for. It worked for what it is, and I do feel like I can't say that I can't not recommend this album at all. As far as this album's concerned, the best I can do is just a thumbs up. Potentially, for sure, for more people, they'll say it rocks. They will think it's masterclass, but I just don't. And I don't know if I ever will. I won't mind them to the point where I'm willing to possibly give them a chance with listening to Be Nothing, maybe sometime, and maybe give this album another chance in the future, but for the time being, the best I can do is thumbs up. It's good enough to say it's recommended. It's just not. It's not the highest of recommendations on my end. I feel like maybe if it's meant to just get the bitter taste of some other newer artists out of your mouth, in terms of just not so great poppier punk bands that aren't necessarily pop punk. I don't know if they are considering themselves pop punk at this point, or punk pop or whatever. I mean, clearly alternative rock for sure. Some punk and some post-hardcore for elements here and there, but primarily alternative rock, I'd say, for sure, with this band, sound-wise. But, you know, Boston Manors, welcome to the neighborhood. What do you guys think of the album? Leave a comment below, let me know. As always, guys, rock that like button. If you like this video, rock that like button with thrust if you must. If always, guys, as well as check out link to my Facebook page in description below, and follow there. And as always, guys, keep it random, keep it real, keep it rocking. I'll see you in the next video, which is of an album that is definitely for sure going to make my best of the year. It may make it harder for me to listen to the certain particular other record from a band like High on Fire that also involves a certain member of that band. But anyway, take care, y'all.